This may look like a random page from the manga kingdom, but to me, this page tells a story. One of friendship, commitment, and change. Two friends facing each other for what may be the final time. Shin and Pio are war orphans. Their parents were killed in war, and because of that, they now live with a Lydian. Now, Pio and Shin wants to make a name for themselves, earning fame and fortune, and their plan is to harness their skill with their sword such that they are skilled enough to scale the ladder of war, and their names will resound across China as the greatest generals under the heavens. But what they didn't know was that Piao would be getting a head start on their shared dream of becoming the greatest generals in China. One random day, a lord by the name of Lord Shangwen from the kingdom of Sin, I looked it up, that's how you pronounce it, but Lord Shangwen came to the village specifically to buy Piao's freedom, offering him a position as an officer in the royal court. And everyone was shocked, considering that Piao is essentially a slave to the Lydian, and the fact that becoming an officer in the royal courts is skipping so many different steps, that's a warranted response. But what's fascinating is that Piao's immediate response to Lord Shangwen is that Shen be granted a similar offer. Unfortunately, Piao's request was let down, and now he's met with the decision to either become an officer for the royal court or stay in the village. Bringing us back to this page and this panel where we see two boys standing face to face, prepared to duel. Years of memories, acquired skills, lessons learned, and their dreams cultivated together all led up to this moment. 1,253 matches. Piao is in the lead. 334 wins, 332 losses, and 587 ties. Just 2 points apart, the question if Shin is on par with Piao. And yet, we never see the conclusion. Oh my gosh. But that is why this single page is so important, why it's so significant. I found it fitting that as we turn the page of this very pivotal moment, we see the beauty of a simple life from Shin's perspective. There's a wide shot turned to a close-up of Shin tilling the ground, indicating the diligence in his work. And the succession of panels show Shin's interactions with the simplicities in life. Hearing the songs of the birds chirping, tasting the textures of a splendid cuisine, expressing the honor of assisting those in need. It's like the juxtaposition of Shin's grand desire to become the greatest general in China. This is Shin's new reality. But it's only then that the author allows Shin to tell us that Piao has been going to the royal courts for an entire month now. Now for me, in this moment, my mind was made up. Maybe Shin in this environment could be content with where he is. I mean, the commoners in the village already perceive that Shin has changed a lot since Pio left for the royal courts. Or maybe something else would trigger Shin to pursue this grandiose goal he has. Something that can lead Shin to the royal courts or the military, where he can reunite with Pio in differing positions, but they can still aspire for the same goal. And it turned out that I was halfway right and halfway wrong. Because everything was normal until Shin overheard rumors that there is infighting in the royal court. This is where the plot thickens, so bear with me. Apparently, the King of Sin is too young to lead the throne, and by proxy, the country is now led by a minister by the name of Lu. And this is where the allegations begin. The other ministers in the royal court aren't fond of Minister Lu's power in the kingdom, and therefore they devised a plan with the king's younger brother to usurp the current king, under the governance that the other ministers will take power of the nation until the new king is of age to lead the kingdom. And after a long time of preparation, the rumor is that the king's younger brother and his allies have begun the attack on the royal court. The same royal court that Piao is an officer in, which unfortunately implies that Piao may already be dead. And Shin snapped. Seeing how devastated Shin was for the possibility that Piao was dead, I actually started to believe that Piao was alive. and that maybe this rumor would lead Shin to find his way to the royal court, where he would fight alongside his childhood friend and rival. But in the thick of the night, there was a knock on Shin's door, and all Shin saw was a man lying in a trail of his own blood. And that man was Piao, dying on the ground with a mission for Shin to accomplish. This moment hit me hard, and it for sure hit Shin even harder. But I can't help but be reminded of this page. This moment in time where these two young warriors were facing off for a final time with a declaration and vigor to their goals, and not knowing who won. Never being granted the confidence in seeing whether Shin was able to tie their record or if Piao won, meaning Shin has to surpass him if he is to accomplish his side of their goal. And to see that Piao's life was unfortunately taken, it makes the simple world that Shin was living in that much bigger, making the questions that much stronger. How will Shin fare in this grand world? And I have to acknowledge Piao's dedication to come all the way from the royal courts to his original poor village just to give Shin the opportunity to fulfill both of their dreams. That showcases that Piao's loyalty to his friend and the loyalty he has for his dream and goal are one and the same. That one cannot be done or fulfilled without the other, which is even more beautiful knowing that he will never be able to accomplish his goals, and his final desire was to accompany Shin in becoming the greatest under the heavens. A single page can change the meaning of a story, and a single story can increase the wisdom of a man. This is the first chapter of the manga Kingdom, and this is my first impression of the first chapter. Kingdom looks to be a special story for me to journey into. The author's ability to tell a story through its characters' expression and body language is what makes most of the scenes so powerful. Seemingly everything matters in this story. Every interactions and every decision bleeds into future decisions and future interactions. Kingdom currently has over 860 chapters, and although 800 plus chapters is daunting, I plan on treating this story with delicacy. And only because through a single chapter did Yasuhisa, the mangaka of this brilliant story, express to me that delicacy, meticulosity, and curiosity are the only ways to absorb what they are trying to express in their story. So I will take this one panel, one page, one chapter at a time, and it'll be great to have you there with me. Till next time, make sure you stand up and win your zone every single day.